What is up, everybody, and welcome to my Oscar nominations slash Oscar snubs of 2024. So my name is John Thompson. I am not only the action and animation expert, but I'm also a person that does not have bad takes, including my Frozen take. Deal with it. Let's move on. So, today I'm going to be telling you guys my thoughts on the nominations and if I agree with it or if I do not agree with it, and also what am I surprised that were and wasn't nominated. So, the 96 Academy Awards nominations was announced on January 23rd, so now I want to give you guys my take on the nominations. And I'm going to make some predictions of who I think is going to win. Now, I'm not going to go to each category because I don't know every single film or any other stuff that I'm not really an expert in. I'm not really an expert in like Best Original Song because I can't tell you every single song and everything like that. And I can't tell you also about Best International Film because I can't give you my thoughts on that either. But I can definitely give you my takes on the other nominations and also who I think is going to win. So I'm going to start off with giving you what was nominated, and then I'm going to predict who I think is going to win with each category. Then after that, I'm going to give you my Oscar surprises that were snubbed or actually was included. So with that being said, let's get the fun started, shall we? So let's start off with Best Picture, and the nominees are American Fiction, Anatomy of the Fall, Barbie, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Past Lives, Poor Things, and The Zone of Interest. And this was a very easy one for me. The winner of Best Picture is definitely going to go to Oppenheimer. Now, if you listen to our Cinema Sound podcast review, Matthew and I, we absolutely love it. And so did our guest Garrett. He absolutely loved the film as well. So all three of us absolutely thought it was a fantastic Christopher Nolan movie, and it actually is my second favorite film of 2023, so I love that film that much. So Oppenheimer easily is, for me, the winner. Now for Best Director, the nominees are Justin Triet, Martin Scorsese, Christopher Nolan, Yorgos Lanthimos, and Jonathan Glazer. In case you're wondering what the films are, it's Anatomy of the Fall, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, and The Zone of Interest. And once again, easy one for me is going to be Christopher Nolan winning for Best Director. This is his time for him to win, and this is his time to finally get his award, and he absolutely deserves every moment of that movie. He did win a Golden Globe for Best Directing for that movie, and he absolutely deserves it. He's going to win Best Director for the Oscars. Well deserved. Now for the Best Actor category. Bradley Cooper for Maestro as Leonard Bernstein, Coleman Domingo as and Rustin as Bayard Rustin, Paul Giamatti in The Holdovers as Paul Hunnam. Paul, that's actually funny. Cillian Murphy in Oppenheimer, who plays as, well, Oppenheimer, J. Robert Oppenheimer to be precise, and Jeffrey Wright in American Fiction as Thelonious Monk Ellison. I hope I pronounced that right, because otherwise, I'm an idiot. For me, the easy one, again, I feel like that these are just too easy for me in terms of who I think is going to win. Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer should definitely get the win for Best Actor. I personally think he's going to win the award. I know that it's actually between Jeffrey Wright and Cillian Murphy, which I heard about that, but Cillian Murphy to me is the clear-cut winner. He absolutely deserved it. So that's 3 awards that, to me, Oppenheimer should definitely win. Let's see if we can keep that streak going with the other few categories, which I'll get to later. Now let's get to Best Actress category. The nominees are Annette Bening in Nyad as Diana Nyad, Lily Gladstone in Killers of the Flower Moon as Molly Burkhart, Sandra Holler in Anatomy of the Fall as Sandra Boiter, Carey Mulligan in Maestro as Felicia Montealegre, I hope I said that name right, and Emma Stone for Poor Things as Bella Baxter. Now, I never seen any of those movies, which sadly, Killers of the Flower Moon was not one of them. But I heard a lot of praise and a lot of people that actually are saying that she is possibly the favorite to win Best Actress. So I'm going to go with Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon to winning for Best Actress. And I heard a lot of people absolutely love her performance, and she got a lot of praise for that performance, and it was by far was considered as the pinnacle of how you can pretty much say that she is a great actress and she finally got what she deserves. And as I looked at the information of Killers of the Flower Moon, it was nominated for multiple Golden Globes for that film. And in terms of the other accolades in the Golden Globes, it also turned out that she was also nominated for that performance, and she actually won for Best Actress in a Motion Picture Drama. So I expect her to win for Best Actress in that category as well. So I'm going to root for Lily Gladstone. You go, girl. So let's go on to the next category, Best Supporting Actor. And the nominees are Sterling K. Brown in American Fiction as Quipper Quip Ellison, Robert De Niro in Killers of the Flower Moon as William King Hale, Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer as Louis Strauss, Ryan Gosling in Barbie as Ken, and Mark Ruffalo in Poor Things as Duncan Wedderburn. Now, this one delighted me as a big surprise that Robert Downey Jr. got nominated for Best Supporting Actor. I'm very happy he was nominated, and he is my choice to win for Best Supporting Actor. That is the performance, what I said pretty much in the nominations, and when I talked about what should be nominated, this is the one that I actually did say, Robert Downey Jr. saying to them, this is not Tony Stark, this is, give me my Oscar, please. And this is the one that absolutely should give him the Oscar, should be well deserved. Best Supporting Actress category, Emily Blunt in Oppenheimer as Katie Oppenheimer, Daniel Brooks in The Color Purple as Sophia, America Ferrera in Barbie as Gloria, Jodie Foster in Nyad as Bonnie Stoll, and Divine Joy Randolph in The Holdovers as Mary Lamb. And again, pretty easy one for me. I'm going to pick Emily Blunt to win the Best Supporting Actress category in Oppenheimer. Once again, as I said before, love the performances. I thought she was amazing in this movie. Everybody gave great performances. For me, she is deserving to win for Best Supporting Actress. So that is my pick to win. Now, I'm going to get into the other Oscar nominations that I actually do have here that I'm going to go into. I can't give you my comments on Best Original Screenplay since I never seen that before, but I can give you my pick for Best Adapted Screenplay. So Best Adapted Screenplay nominations are American Fiction, Barbie, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, and The Zone of Interest. And again, easy one for me. It should go to Oppenheimer. I personally think that Adapted Screenplay is well deserved. I'm pretty sure Barbie will probably get maybe the second best for me. So it's going to come down between Barbie and Oppenheimer. That's going to get Best Adapted Screenplay, but Oppenheimer is my choice. Now come to the expert of experts, Best Animated Feature. Here are the nominees. The Boy and the Heron, Hayao Miyazaki and Toshiya Suzuki. How is that a name, right? If I am, again, I'm dumb. Elemental, Peter Son and Dennis Ream. Nimona, Nick Bruno, Choi Kwan, Karen Ryan, and Julie Zachary. Robot Dreams, Pablo Berger, Ivan Cormanzana, Ignazi Estape, and Sandra Tapia Diaz. And Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Ken Powers, Justin K. Thompson, Bill Ward, Christopher Noah, and Amy Pascal. Again, very easy one for me. I'm going to pick Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse to win for Best Animated Feature. I was delighted to see Nimona be on there because I've seen that movie and I love it. It's fantastic. And I definitely have seen Elemental. I love that film as well. I never seen The Boy and the Heron, which I'm going to get to the Oscar snubs about Best Animated Feature later. And I never seen Robot Dreams. Again, I'm going to get to that. But Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, that's a comic book movie masterpiece. I love that movie. It's just phenomenal. I love everything about that movie. That should easily win for Best Animated Feature, at least for me. Now, I'm going to skip Best International Feature Film, Best Documentary Feature Film, and Best Documentary Short Film because I never seen any of those films. I'm also going to skip Best Live Action Short Film and Best Animated Short Film because I never seen any of those. Now, Best Original Score, we got American Fiction, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things. And the score for Oppenheimer I thought was just phenomenal, so I'm going to pick Oppenheimer to win for Best Original Score. I can make the argument there are original scores that are well deserved, but I'll talk about that a little bit later. Now let's go on to another category. I'm going to skip Best Original Song, as I said. Let's go to Best Sound. We got The Creator, Maestro, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, or Dead Reckoning since they took out the Part 1, which is confusing, Oppenheimer, and The Zone of Interest. Whew. This is a tough one because I love The Creator, I love Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, and I also love Oppenheimer. But I think I'm going to pick Oppenheimer. For me, it's a tie between Oppenheimer and Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Oh, man, I don't know. That's a tough one. That's extremely tough. You know what? I'm probably going to get this wrong. But at the same time, though, I wouldn't mind if The Creator, Mission Impossible, or Oppenheimer actually win for Best Sound. But I'm going to go with Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. The sound for that movie was just incredible to listen to and to even see on screen. It was so good. So I'm going to go with Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. My second choice definitely would have been Oppenheimer, and Creator would have been my third choice. So I'll be happy with either of those. Best Production Design. We got Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon, Napoleon, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things. And once again, I'm probably going to get this wrong, no matter what I choose. But I think I'm going to go with, and this might surprise you, the best production design that I'm going to say. I'm going to go with Barbie as best production design. I want to say Oppenheimer, but at the same time, I got a feeling Barbie is probably going to win. Because I will admit, the production design is beautiful to look at and it's phenomenal. I was surprised at how much I love this film. I was very surprised I love Barbie. And the production design in that movie, it was terrific. I love everything about that one. So I'm going to get Best Production Design for that one. It was just an excellent production design. It was really great. Best Cinematography. Let's go with the nominations here. We got El Conde, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things. I'm going to go with Oppenheimer. Again, no surprise. I thought the cinematography was just outstanding. I loved everything about that one. It was just phenomenal. I loved everything about that. I'm going to skip the best makeup and hairstyling because I'm not really an expert on that. Costume design, though, I can definitely give you my perspective on the costume design. Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon, Napoleon, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things. Now, as I said this before, I never seen every single film, but I have seen a bit of the costume design for both Killers of the Flower Moon, Napoleon, and Poor Things. And again, I'm probably going to get this wrong no matter which one I choose. I'm stuck between Barbie, Oppenheimer, and Killers of the Flower Moon, even though I never seen Killers of the Flower Moon, but I know for a fact I need to watch that. But for best costume design, I think I'm going to go with, I think I'll go with Oppenheimer as my choice for best costume design. I personally think the costume design is great. I love the look of it in terms of the costume, so love that. 2 more to go. Best Film Editing. Anatomy of the Fall, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things. I'm going to go with Oppenheimer once again. I personally thought that the film editing was terrific. I love everything about that one. It looked amazing. I love the film editing of that film, so that is my choice. And finally, Best Visual Effects. We got The Creator, Godzilla Minus One, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, and Napoleon. And I gotta be honest with you, this was absolutely difficult to choose between those because I gotta tell you, 3 of the 5 films, The Creators, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, they had incredible visual effects. I loved everything about that. But if I have to choose what I think is going to win for Best Visual Effects, I gotta give it to Creator. It was just visually stunning. The Creator was just phenomenal to look at. I love the visuals of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Don't get me wrong. I love everything about that. And Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning also was absolutely outstanding. I had that as my pick of the best film of 2023, right beside Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. But the visual effects in Creator, man, I gotta give it to them. The visuals for that one was just absolutely phenomenal. So, there you go. Those are my picks. Now on to the snubs. And I'm not going to lie to you, as much that it was going to be predictable of what was going to be nominated and what was not going to be nominated, I'm still not happy with the nominations. So, as I go through this, immediately there are lots of Oscar snubs that easily popped up into my head. So, the Best Picture snubs for me, not one single nomination for John Wick Chapter 4, which is shameful. I seen the movie called Air, which is a documentary film, kind of. It actually is based on a true story film about the making of the Michael Jordan shoes. I was surprised that they're not going to nominate for Best Picture. Creed 3, no nominations. What the heck? What is up with that? Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 only got one nomination. That's just shameful. The Creator only got 2 nominations. Again, that's just disappointing. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning didn't get a Best Picture nomination, which I find it to be ridiculous. And Spider Across the Spider-Verse, which I don't know how in the world that did not get nominated for Best Picture. So that easily is a snub for all of these. That I just don't understand. For Best Actor snubs, Tom Cruise for Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. Once again, it seems like that Tom Cruise, every time he gives a great performance, he doesn't get nominated. It's so dumb. Matt Damon for Air, I was shocked that he wasn't nominated for his performance. I thought he was incredible in that film. Keanu Reeves for John Wick Chapter 4, I really thought he should have been nominated. And how in the world did Michael B. Jordan not get nominated for Best Actor for Creed 3? Which is stunning to me, because I absolutely love him in that movie. So again, that shows you how bad they did a poor job with that. Best Supporting Actor snubs, I know a lot of people give him hate, but Ben Affleck in Air was, for me, deserving to win for, or Best Supporting Actor. He should have got nominated. I love him in that film, and I don't know how he didn't get nominated. And I knew that Matt Damon in Oppenheimer, I knew he was not going to get nominated for Best Supporting Actor, because Robert Downey Jr. was just incredible, but I think he should have been in there. It's not the first time that there were different actresses and different actors that was nominated for the same film. It happened in the 90s, and they decided, no, we're not going to do that now. I don't like that. I don't like that. I personally think that it's bad that that they didn't give any nominations for that. So I was disappointed. Best Actress snub, Viola Davis for Air. I loved her in that performance. I'm stunned that she didn't get nominated for that performance. And I'm going to get to more of Barbie later, but how do you not nominate Margot Robbie for that film? That is weird. Because she's definitely by far is one of the best actors working today. And the fact that she did not get an Oscar nomination for that performance, I found that to be incredibly odd. And that was considered one of the biggest snubs I heard all year, when she didn't get nominated for Best Actress. Which I was like, yeah, that is shocking. So, yeah, and even the podcast guys, we talked about that. I saw that, I was just like, wow, really? I mean, it was just weird. Oh boy, and then you get the Best Director snubs. I'll get to one director in a little bit. Let's get the other ones. Ben Affleck for Air. I was surprised he didn't get nominated Best Director for that one. Michael B. Jordan for Creed 3. I love his directing in that film. How do you not get nominated? That is ridiculous. Garrett Edwards for The Creator. How do you not get nominated for Best Director for that one? That is just ridiculous. And Christopher McQuarrie for Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. Once again, this is so much that you can do to actually avoid directors that were a lot more deserving. And the fact that none of these directors got nominated is crazy to me. Which I'll get to the one director in a little bit. I'll get to that later. Now, Best Original Score. And there are 2 films that comes to mind that didn't get nominated for Best Original Score. The Creator did not get nominated for Best Original Score. I thought the score was beautiful. And not a nomination for that? Really? And I know that a lot of people are divisive on this film, but I happen to actually love the film, although I'm waiting for the director's cut. I thought the score for Rebel Moon was beautiful. I love the score for Rebel Moon, and it didn't get nominated for Best Original Score. I find that to be absolutely insane. Once again, for The Creator, Best Cinematography. Didn't get nominated. What the world? Best Film Editing. No nomination for the creator for Best Film Editing. Like, really? How did that not get nominated for Best Film Editing? That's crazy. And then the final one for me, Best Animated Feature, Snuff. Now, I'm actually disappointed that the Super Mario Brothers movie didn't get nominated because fans loved the film. I know critics didn't care for it, but I love that movie. I personally think it's one of the best movies based on a video game. I love that film. The big one for me, though, the one that I'm absolutely stunned the most, that wasn't even on the Best Animated Feature category. How in the world do you not nominate Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem? How? How is this not nominated? How did it not get up there? That's crazy. Because I seen that movie, and it was one of the biggest surprises of the year in terms of the animated films with Nimona. And you mean to tell me that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, which got critical praise for the animation and for the film in general, it did not get nominated for Best Animated Feature? What the fudge, man? Like, come on, guys. Oscars, what? First you did this with the Lego movie, then you did this with the Lego Batman movie. Now you're doing this with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem? Are you kidding me? Like, okay, this is going to be my biggest rant up the day for this one. You mean to tell me that you could not nominate that film when it got a lot of praise from critics and it actually brought back the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fans that's been praying for a good Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film for a while, since people love the live-action 90s films. This is, I can make the argument, it's better than the live-action 90s films. How did it not get nominated for Best Animated Feature? That is crazy to me. Because everything about that movie, I thought they did such a brilliant job with the beautiful animation, with fantastic action scenes. I just love the storytelling. I love the way it was told. And yet, for some reason, it didn't get nominated for Best Animated Feature. Oscars, you are absolutely insane. You are just crazy right now that it didn't get nominated for Best Animated Feature. Like, that's just absolutely insane. As I'm looking this on the website, it got a 96% approval rating. And it got a cinema score of an A. How do you not nominate this for Best Animated Feature? That's crazy to me. Oh God. Wow, that is so bad. Just, wow. Which that makes me question, why was Robot Dreams nominated for Best Animated Feature? And I say this because out of all the movies that I saw in the Best Animated Feature film category, how in the world did Robot Dreams get nominated for Best Animated Feature? Now I get it. I heard a lot of praise for this movie. It was getting a lot of praise at Cannes and everything in between. But here's my issue with this. They didn't even show it in America. And once again, we have an example of movies that we never heard of. And yet, it got nominated for the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature when it's not shown in America. How in the world do the Oscars keep doing this? Why do you nominate movies that we never heard of, and yet you nominate it anyway? I don't understand that. And look, I seen the trailer for Robot Dreams, and it looks beautiful. I love the animation. It definitely looks gorgeous. But it's not in America. And yet it was nominated anyway. That makes no sense to me. So I'm disappointed. Oscars, I can't believe you guys would do that. That's absolutely just pure insanity. It's just, wow. So now let's get into the other things about the nominations. The surprise inclusions that's actually on there. I'm going to start off with the the inclusion in the Best Supporting Actor category. I'm actually surprised that Ryan Gosling got nominated for Best Supporting Actor for Barbie. Because honestly, I don't look at this and say that's an Oscar-nominated performance. Because I know Ryan Gosling has gave out more incredible performances, but personally for me, I don't know if he should have been nominated. Because I personally think that Ben Affleck or Matt Damon was a lot more deserving. I'm not saying that Ryan Gosling was bad in the film. He wasn't. He was great. But I don't look at this and say that's an Oscar-nominated performance. I just can't say that. I'm sorry. I just find it to be incredibly weird. We get into the Best Director that I didn't mention in the snubs category. Here's what's weird to me. Barbie was nominated for Best Picture, but Greta Gerwig wasn't nominated for Best Director. That is weird. Because it's not the first time that the Oscars did this. But how does it get nominated for Best Picture, but the director herself doesn't get nominated for Best Director? That's weird. The picture itself gets it does get nominated for Best Picture, but the actor does not. And that is odd. And not only that, it is odd that it didn't get nominated for Best Director, but the film itself got nominated for Best Picture. Which, that is weird to me. Like I said, it ain't the first time, but I don't know why the Oscars keep doing that. I mean, you nominate the film itself for Best Picture, but you don't even nominate the directing itself. That is weird to me. I said this before in the Oscar snubs when we did that episode, that The Dark Knight got nominated for 8 Oscars, but it didn't get a single nomination for Best Director or Best Picture. Like, that is weird. That's incredibly weird. And so, I don't know where you go with that. That's very strange to me. Which, speaking of the Best Picture, surprise inclusion. To me, I was surprised that Barbie was included in the Best Picture. And guys, I know you're all going to hate me for this one, and I know Dylan is probably going to be killing me when I actually say this. But personally for me, Barbie should not have been nominated for Best Picture.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man.
I know. You can call me idiot, you can call me dumb. I know. Don't get me wrong. I was very surprised but how much I love Barbie. In fact, I won't be embarrassed if I actually bought the Blu-ray. But it should not be up there for Best Picture. I'll tell you why. One, the 7 films that I mentioned, John Wick Chapter 4, Air, Creed 3, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, The Creator, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse were way better films than Barbie. It's not even close. Because Barbie, the reason why it was up there is because that film made $1 billion, and the whole Barbenheimer thing exploded. And both of these movies, it made it combine up to $1 billion. But Oppenheimer and Barbie, of course, it had to be up there. It was because both films got critical acclaim, and both of them actually came out. I think it came out the same day. I do believe, if I'm not mistaken. I think it came out the same day. I know it came out the same weekend, but I can't remember it actually came out on the same day. I may have to go back and look it up. But the truth is, though, even though Barbie was a great film, and it was fantastic, and I was really surprised how much I loved the film, I would tell you with a straight face that I would watch those 7 films before I would watch Barbie. And not even close. Because John Wick Chapter 4 had phenomenal action. It leaves you on the edge of your seat, and it makes you want more. Air is a fascinating underdog story about the creation of Nike's Jordans. And keep in mind, Nike was about to go bankrupt. And they actually saved the company when they made the Jordans. And it's fascinating. Creed 3 was one of the best movie experiences for a boxing film I have seen. That's only the second Rocky movie that I have seen in theaters. I've seen Creed 2, and I really love that film. But Creed 3, on the other hand, I personally think it's the best of the franchise. And Dylan and I, we went to go see that film, and we had a blast seeing that movie. And Creed 3 didn't get nominated for Best Picture. And I personally think it's way better than Barbie. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, same thing. I went to see that movie in one day twice, which I never done before. My girlfriend loves Chris Pratt, and she loves the Guardians of the Galaxy films. And there was no doubt in my mind we were going to go see that film on opening weekend. And I went to see that movie in the afternoon, and then I went to go see it in the evening with Matthew and the rest of my buddies. And it was an awesome experience to see it again 2 times. So the fact that it wasn't nominated for Best Picture is crazy to me. The Creator. That is a sci-fi masterpiece. And the fact that The Creator was so well told, with the emotional storytelling, the way that it was told based on how they managed to put it all together. And keep in mind, this is an original sci-fi movie. And they did it so beautifully with that one. And I personally think The Creator is a much better film than Barbie. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I have both of them at number 1 in my best films of 2023. Why? Because both of them lived up to my expectations, and both of them was so phenomenally, perfectly executed that I could not choose which one I love more. I couldn't do it. If I go back and watch both of them on the same day, if I actually watch these 2 films back to back, you probably would give me the same answer. Which movie do I love more? I would tell you, I can't choose. Because Dead Reckoning and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse were both of them that were so good that I could not tell you which one I love more. Heck, you know what? Maybe I might go watch both of them this week again. Because both of these movies are just so phenomenal and so incredibly told that you might just put it into perspective. That's the way it's going to be. I love both of these movies, and I can't tell you which one I love more. So that's really all I can say about it at this point. So to give me my honesty on the Oscars, I personally think this is their worst one. I personally think they did a very poor job. Because the only 2 films that I have seen that was nominated for Best Picture, Barbie and Oppenheimer, one that's incredibly well deserved, Barbie, while great, not so much. Because I personally think that the other 7 films, John Wick Chapter 4, Air, Creed 3, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, The Creator, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, were more deserving. And as Dylan says, it is rigged. They never get it right. They're usually predictable, and they don't seem to know what they're doing. So that's really all I could say at this point. So there you have it. Those are my thoughts on the Oscar nominations of this year. What do you think of the nominations? Do you guys agree with it? Or were you mad that most of these films were not nominated? And what other movies do you think were snubbed for Best Picture? The one I heard the most popular answer is The Iron Claw, which I have not seen, but I heard a lot of people love that film. And Zac Efron, I heard, was brilliant in that film. I definitely want to watch that film. So tell me your thoughts. I would love to hear it. So there you go. And one more quick thing before I actually go. The reason why we're doing this in separate recording is because we got personal reasons going on, and there's just been other things that have been going on. So that's the reason why we're doing on a recording that I'm doing solo, and I'm actually recording this in my house. So I'm actually just giving my own thoughts on the Oscar nominations and everything. And I want to thank Matthew for letting me actually make my thoughts and to tell my own thoughts about the Oscar nominations and everything between. I truly appreciate that, Matthew. I love you. Thank you so much for that. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be other people in the podcast that's probably going to get their thoughts too. Maybe Paul has already done it, or maybe he has not done it. But I'm pretty sure he's going to get his thoughts as well. So Guys, going to be quite interesting. So I do want to remind you guys that the Oscars, it'll be on March 10th on ABC. You guys can watch the Oscars. And it'll be hosted by Jimmy Kimmel, and he will be doing the hosting duties. And yep, it'll be on March 10th on ABC. Definitely around nighttime as usual. And good luck to all the Oscar nominees and everything between. So guys, thank you so much for watching, guys. May God bless you, and we'll see you all next time. Whatever we do, another Cinema Simon podcast recording. May the Lord bless you, as always, and stay protected, my friend. See ya.
We have been the Cinema Asylum Podcast. You guys were awesome. Thanks for coming out. God, no.